Hi, I am your host, Leonette Talley, and you are listening to Virago 24/7. Virago is Latin for female warrior, and 24/7 is for all day, every day. Virago 24/7 is a weekly podcast that brings diverse women together to talk about life and our experiences in this world. We share our views on self-love, mental health, marriage, children, friendships, and really anything that needs to be talked about. Here, you will find everyday growth, everyday healing with everyday warriors. Just give me my space to move. 'Cause it's my thoughts, what I want, and I want what I want. That is gross. That is not what I meant.
Okay.
That is not. We're recording now.
You're the one who said it.
Yeah, run that back.
Yes. I was just agreeing with you, like a good husband.
You're gross.
Jokes.
Guys, I was looking to see when's the last time we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
We got something from 2023, and then the last one was 2024, like January of 2024.
So a full year.
Yeah, so,
almost two.
No,
actually.
that's two. Yeah.
So a lot has happened. Let's record with the Men of Virago. Welcome, Justin, Philip, Milky. Milky brought a laptop or a iPad. He's going to take notes because these two old men are going to school him.
Hey, I'm here to learn.
So, Philip, you wanted us to gather here today on this fine December 27th.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yes.
It's like Philip has something on his heart.
I said, you know what? We were probably one of the more popular podcasts, the Men of Virago.
Out of my 100 and something shows, yours was the most popular. I
said one of the most popular.
I love how confident he is about it.
I mean, everyone was talking about Justin. He was like a little superstar, podcast superstar. So I was like, you know what? It's been a little bit. So let's get back. We haven't done Men of Virago in now almost 2 years.
Yeah, well.
Time to go.
Let's do it. Hello, Justin. How you been?
Good. Can't complain.
How's life been treating you?
Well, it's been going okay. No, it's fun. I've hit some pretty nice successes recently, and our company was bought or acquired, I guess. So I had that wonderful professional accomplishment happen, and the kids are all doing well. Mary, my oldest, finished her first college semester, and got all A's. And
all A's.
Yeah, she's thriving. And my high schooler is thriving, straight A's, basically hundreds across the board, which is crazy. And then my youngest is killing it too. All A's. I think he has only one B.
Seriously. And he did that thing on the math.
Yeah. He, you're always proud of like your kids when they accomplish something like completely on their own. And you're just in awe of these like small little moments. But one of the things, he had a county assessment test that he aced. He got 100. And he was like one of only 4 students in his entire grade level to do that in a subject like math. And then we're talking about a kid who still goes and gets pulled out of class because for speech, and has an IEP and has had one since the beginning of his school career. And, he's in 5th grade now, and to have moments like that where it just, his intelligence and his hard work pays off, it's a really proud moment. And he did it all. He was so hyped about it. It was really cool to see a kid, be hyped about a big accomplishment like that. Yeah. So, and he said the other day, which is great, is he goes, yeah, this is kind of the best year ever. It's been like the best. This has been like probably one of the best years ever.
I love it.
He has such a sweet spirit.
Yeah,
about
he
that.
surely does.
He really does.
Milky, what's up with you, man?
Well, I got into dental school 2024, and
Woo!
yes,
That was a journey. That was a journey.
A lot of hard work, and now we are almost done with 2nd year, and we're about to enter 3rd year next semester.
And you said we. Why do you say we?
Well,
That's
See how that's
All right.
He means him and his fellow classmates.
Oh,
He goes by Wee Wham now.
Well, I say we because
I don't know.
I say we because I feel like it's a collective issue. So if I win, we all win.
Okay.
But throughout dental school, I met my significant other, and everything's been very well, very good. I've been learning a lot about, just kind of being considered now a couple versus last time I was just single, and so it's a lot of it's a learning process for me, actually, all of this.
We're going to talk. You hold that thought because I got lots of questions. Philip, how you been? Because I have questions about that.
I've been good. We've had a lot of deaths recently.
Yes.
With my older sister just last Monday. Went to the funeral. Went to the funeral.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, she passed away unexpectedly from a heart attack. So that was hard. And but we went last weekend to Arkansas and had her funeral, and most of my brothers and my sister was there, so we got a chance to reconnect. So that was great. So it was just emotionally draining. And then one of our close friends, Charles Brogdon, passed away. How long ago was that? Like
End of October.
end of October. So like back to back people that were really close to us in our lives. So that part was emotional and draining, to be honest. And then professionally, things are going really well, thriving. We're about to make a change in the practice, which is going to be for the better, with a new office manager, and we're getting ready to groom Brianna to be our new office manager. So that's exciting. I know she's going to kill it, and she's going to bring something new to the team, new to the practice, new to our success. And then personally, the kids are doing well. Kaylin is working within her degree when she graduated from SCAD. So now she's graduated from SCAD with honors. And then she's now working in a playhouse downtown and as a station manager.
Stage manager.
Sorry.
Yes,
Stage manager. And then Khalil is in his senior year of high school. We're hoping here in the next month or so we'll get some good news with him getting a scholarship for football in college, because that's his dream of playing football in college. And then our ninth grader, he will. He's thriving. My ninth grader, she's thriving and doing her ice skating. She has a great friend group that they're always at our house, which they'll be at our house in 2 days, spending the night. And so, yeah, everybody's kind of thriving. A lot of sleepovers.
I just want to be on the record to say that Corinne ice skating is like, it's so dreamlike. Like, and the fact, like, how she did it is, that has been like so pure and fun, and the way she just loves it.
She loves
I
it.
am going to learn how to ice skate. I'm like, you don't even know how to put on ice skates.
No,
that's exactly how it started.
Woke up one day and said, "You know what?
I'm gonna do this.
I want to ice skate."
I guess I'm going to learn.
And she goes this morning. Like, she goes like 3 to 4 times a week.
Yes,
On
she's
her own.
committed.
And only one of those times is with her coach.
Oh,
the rest
my
of the
gosh.
time is just on her own for a couple of hours.
It's pretty cool.
Has she done Rockefeller Center yet?
We did
Ice skating at Rockefeller Center?
Her and
Yeah,
I
I did go to
went
New
to
York.
New York
Yeah.
for Christmas. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, she
And
needs to return
we
now.
got-
She's got all the moves.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And
All
she
right.
could barely do it then, and we bought tickets, and it was like midnight.
All right.
It was so awesome.
Next time, don't go to Rockefeller. Go to Bryant Park. It's a much better experience. There's a Barnes and Noble right across the street.
Yeah.
You can get done. You can go over there. The Barnes and Noble. It's like
it's
the
a
best.
nicer area, and
It is.
Rockefeller is kind of overrated.
Yeah, it's way too.
It looks more
touristy.
magical in
Yeah.
the movies. Sorry, New Yorkers. That's how I feel. That's my opinion.
In your opinion? Dang.
Can we shift back to Milky?
All right. Well, how do we transition to this?
Well, this is the thing. I would start asking the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, we need a break. We need a clean break to be like the music changes.
Enough with the family stuff and all of the fluff.
The lights dim. Why is there a spotlight on Milquedas right now? How did you do that with the lighting? That's perfect. That's really cool.
So we're in a committed relationship.
We are in a committed
Because
relationship.
you said last time, you were very single. So we heard about your dating and the women and
The women.
the one woman. Just kidding. He doesn't. She's the first one ever, right? So how's it been?
It's been very good. It's been a very good experience. And
Okay, pageant queen.
Hey, leave Miss Congeniality alone.
He's like, it's been very good and world peace.
World
And you're
peace.
welcome.
it's been a very good experience. We're both in dental school, so she's also my classmate. So we just been focusing a lot on dental school. We're going through this very hard journey together, and most of our focus is basically on passing, basically, you know. So we're getting to know each other within stress, also, you know, all the stuff that the school brings. And that's it.
Okay, the end of the podcast. I mean, are we gonna get deep? Are we gonna get deep? Anybody? Like,
What's the rating of this podcast? Like, is this a TVMA or?
yeah, you guys can say whatever you want, however you want.
How did y'all meet?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, ours. To be honest, like, there's really no. We met. Everything was pretty basic.
You have a meet cute story, don't you?
Huh?
You have a meet cute story.
I mean, yes, it's
Like the first time you saw her, like what was, or the first time you actually met her. You literally have told this. I think you've told this before.
Yeah, you did.
He has still told this
to be
before,
honest,
right?
like my intentions, because dental school was so hard for me to get in, my intentions was to just really focus on that.
Right.
I'm a non-traditional student, so that means I'm more older. I took a different route than the casual. I went to school, took my prerequisites, and got accepted. That wasn't my case, and because it was so hard for me, I didn't go in with the intention of dating anybody. So no matter who I saw, it just wasn't the. For me, I interpreted that it wasn't the time for me to meet anybody.
Right.
So what happened was that I just we live in the same different apartments, but in the same building, and we just saw each other here and there, but it was never nothing. And in our building, they give free breakfast every Monday, and because of school, I never had the chance to get breakfast. So I saw that her and her friend got breakfast, and I was just like, oh man, now that I see you guys have breakfast, I was craving it and all that. But within all this, we were just talking or saying, hey, I ain't buy, but I've never thought anything about it. And then like one day or that same day, she bought me like the yogurt that they were giving out. She actually bought me one and gave it to me. And then I'm like this type of guy that I'm just really cool and really focused, but just if you open that door just a little bit, so I was like, wait, why did she do all this? And I was talking to another guy, and I was like, what were you think? And she was like, no, maybe she's just trying to be friendly. I was like, I don't know.
That was the joke. It's like, hey, she got you a yogurt, bro. You know what that means?
So I kept like putting myself in situations that I would see her and stuff like that, and I would just kind of like make conversation. It got to the point that I was like, man, she's actually a really cool friend. Like you know, it's just, if anything doesn't amount to anything, she's still a good friend. But it did amount to something, and that's it. We just kind of.
Do you guys even know when a girl likes you? Or are you guys just clueless?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Or some guys think friendly is flirting. So, like, do you guys know the difference? Or just creeper guys just assume everybody likes them? Is that what it is?
Creeper guys.
No, I'm not calling you guys creeper guys. But no, you know how some guys, if you're just friendly or if you even make eye contact, all of a sudden,
That's
She definitely wants me.
like stalkers.
But most guys, most normal guys like you guys, probably don't know, right? You know?
I mean, I don't have interactions on a regular basis where I can gauge or I have a gauge for for how that, but I feel like I'm confident enough to say that I do know when somebody is more than just being, like he said, friendly.
Yeah, I thought you liked me, but you didn't.
Really?
Oh, it's all coming out.
What do you thought I liked you? I gave zero signs.
See, I thought you did though. But you kissed me first.
Oh my god!
Oh yes, going back.
That's not true.
Or you kissed me. You kissed me for reals the second time at Justin's parents'
Oh
house.
my god!
My house does that. I don't
didn't
know.
kiss
My
you
house.
first.
But a real kiss, that was you kissing me. The real
Oh my
kiss.
gosh! Yeah, it was on your parents' fireplace.
Yeah.
You had a party and we were sitting on the fireplace.
What party was this?
It was just like
One of your mini parties.
yeah.
I know, but,
it was-
like, I
it
wanna
was a
know what
minor-
party this
it was.
was.
Just it wasn't a wild one.
No, I know it wasn't a wild one,
Afterwards,
but
we went to, what's that burger place on Pleasant Hill?
Shake Shack.
Shake
Shake Shack.
We did.
We went into Shake Shack afterwards. All of us.
Yeah. And had burgers like at midnight.
I don't remember. See,
Yeah, ask Anna. She would remember.
It was a long
'Cause she
time
was
ago.
there.
Wait
a minute. We have that picture.
We have
Yes.
a picture of all of us sitting on the couch.
Oh my god! Okay, I remember it now.
Yes.
I remember it now. Why we had that? Why did we have that party? Was that a Friendsgiving? No, that was a Friendsgiving
I don't
party.
know what it was.
I
It
don't
was
know
in
what it
November,
was.
wasn't it? All right, we're sidetracked.
I know we're sidetracked.
Sorry.
Sorry, McLeod.
No,
I got away from you.
I just want to know, was it your parents' office, the one over there?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, that house been there forever.
hey. It's not her first. Won't be her last.
So true.
I kind of have an idea when a girl likes me, but sometimes it's not 100% accurate. Like, sometimes you think and it's not, or sometimes you don't think and it is.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit with her. I wasn't really sure because in school when you go in, you have to do like orientation and stuff like that, so everybody will be on the same page. But there's a part of orientation that talk about like sexual harassment and stuff like that, and then they really just, when they talk about sexual harassment, they're just talking to guys. It's not everybody has to take it, but the audience is guys. Right?
This is
You know
just
what I
for
mean?
you.
That's basically-
Just for
yeah,
the
yeah,
men
yeah.
the men in the room. This is for you.
Yeah.
Every scenario, it's always like
Right, exactly. So when they pick scenarios, because they do videos and stuff, that's always like this guy who's just like doing something that like over extreme, and it's the girl just doesn't know, and it's just like, I thought we were just gonna throw out the trash, like what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So they kept giving these scenarios of like a guy's always misinterpreting or always wanting a little bit more. So in my mind, I'm like, I always second guess, and I'm glad that I always do that. But eventually, I ended up being right, because like she always wanted to study with me or stuff like that. So I was like, okay, like say less. You don't gotta give me too much. I get it.
Or maybe it's because you're like really smart and she just wanted to study with you. That could have been it too. Didn't you have those in dental school, Philip?
You're smart. You're a smart guy.
Yes, I did.
But they always liked you too.
It was a win-win.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
How we
Again,
taught you how to process emotions?
the Dallas Cowboys.
What's something?
Extreme emotions.
Let's dig into that.
Sorry.
Wait, the Dallas Cowboys.
Emotions.
Still, we them boys. No,
Yes,
DC for life.
So high, so excited.
DC for life.
And euphoric. And then for 3 weeks, we're just like, oh my goodness, I'm done with football.
And then Philip is still watching the.
I
dumb
still
games.
watch 'em.
I'm like, these
Justin, do
games
you
mean
still watch the
nothing.
games?
Of course.
You guys
That's
are
what a
such-
fan does.
You gotta watch. You still watch. And
Still
Even though it means
I
nothing.
still cheer.
I mean,
still watch.
Snoop
I
Dogg
still
was
get
the
upset.
halftime show, so gotta watch for Snoop.
I missed it.
Oh, you missed it. It was actually really good.
That's what I heard.
Snoop Dogg
I
was
see him
did
all over the
amazing.
internet.
A lot of respect for that guy. Dude came out just full on blood outfit. It was great.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. So, McQuarrie, so when did you realize that she did like you?
Oh, because I kind of had an idea, but
She gave you the hug, and it was the full body one. It wasn't the.
No, it was never the full-
There was no pat on the back.
it was no full body hug. But she was one day sitting.
Not-
She was one day sitting next to me, and I think her like knee touched like
Oh, you got to touch your knees.
Yeah, and then she didn't move it. So I was like, oh, okay, so she's getting comfortable around me. So then I was like, all right, I'll be right back. So I went up to my apartment. I got some mouthwash,
You know we're still recording. I can use this.
You know, you put mouthwash. You put mouthwash on your knee. You put mouthwash on your knee.
And then you came back down. And you said, hello.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Need some help?
Oh my God.
But you forgot the last thing. Y'all not just dating.
No, we're not dating.
So, and what happened?
He doesn't want to share that.
So before we started studying together, I just kind of noticed things were going out fine, but because of the orientation video, I just didn't want to assume, and I was being very careful because, like what I said in the beginning, for me to go to dental school is really, really hard. So I don't want to do something that will just backfire on me, and then it will jeopardize my career. So versus if we were in a different environment, my actions towards a lot of things will be totally different. So I'm really working, being extra careful, being extra sure, because again, I have my career in mind. So throughout all of that stuff, to be honest, I was like, I just prayed. Man of God, we do pray, and I do believe that God just guide us. And I said, God, I have all this experience, like Linnea said, I dated before and all that stuff. And I said, God, I don't want to use none of my games. I don't want to do anything. I want you to guide me. And if this is the person that you want, then I want you to just align things how they're supposed to be. Like literally, that was my prayer. And I never prayed that in my life. I never prayed for girls. I never prayed for like a future wife. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. I don't know. I just kind of felt that I was irrelevant and until this moment. So then when I started talking to her, I started seeing how she used to talk about her relationship with God and certain things, and she would just and these are things as a guy that you want to see, because eventually like now in my age, what you're looking for is somebody who to settle in, to build a family, and these type of morals are super important. Well, we could talk about why they are, but super important for me to establish something, because there's certain things, and I've been with girls who are really beautiful and all that, but then every time they talk, there's a curse word after, and then I always think about, dang, if I bring her next to my nephew or my nieces or stuff like that. So these are things I don't say that out loud, but these are things I consider behind my mind, and I still go with it, but I already know that this is not the move. But with her, it was just different. I kept seeing all these things, and way before, I think on our first podcast with Philip, we started making a list of things that I thought was important when I do pick an ideal partner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so
that. All of that stuff we went through, all of that stuff came together around that time, and then
she checked off the boxes.
Yeah, she checked off the boxes. We need to have boxes. We need to have, as men, we need to have requirements sometimes. Yeah. And because these are things that will determine how we're going to live our life. Now, remember that we talked last time that I've seen a lot of my friends get married, and around this time I'm seeing a lot of them get divorced. And it's hard. Like, guys don't talk about it, but when they do, we really go through it. And so this part is extremely important to make all the other parts work.
And that's why we did that list, though.
Yeah.
So for my sister who listens to the podcast, I got that from her. We wanted to make a soulmate list. Like, what are the requirements? What are the things? I don't know. What's your values? What things are your things that you're looking for in a soulmate? And what are your deal breakers when it comes to that? So we did that before you started dental school. So you got a chance to kind of see if she was or came close to that list.
Right. Because the question is, what happens when you don't have the list? What happened, I think, is sometimes we rely on other factors and we get comfortable with those factors, but then eventually over time we get it wrong because we're humans, not because we're a bad person. Right. But in reality, we guys, no matter, a person can have all of these good things that I like, but if she doesn't look attractive to me, but then it goes the other way. If she does look attractive to you, but she doesn't have all of this stuff. So I think it's important to have this, because if you don't have it, then
you have no guidelines.
I have no
Justin,
guidelines.
did you have a list?
I did not have a list. No. No, I had tradition, I guess, Catholic tradition, and met somebody that met all of the I think actually it was a lot of core values stuff. There's a lot of values that were there. So,
do you guys think that's the only thing that we need in a marriage is core values, or like what else should we be looking for?
ooh,
That's a good question.
that is a good question.
I think based on my list, we had some core value things on there because, those are kind of like deal breakers if you don't have the same values. Because with my first wife, I didn't look at the list because I had the list. I created that list with Carolyn in college, and I got married right a couple of years after dental school. So, yeah, I never looked at that list. I just put it in my Bible and left it there. So if I had looked at that list, I probably would not have gotten married. But the other things on the list, it didn't matter how superficial the
I'm going
things
to
were.
challenge that.
You're going to challenge that?
I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a flag on play.
There's a
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's a replay.
Justin always with the sports analogies. Flag on the play because you guys did go to
Marriage counseling.
you guys did do marriage counseling. So even though you didn't have the list,
Yeah.
you went to marriage counseling.
Went to marriage counseling.
Yeah,
but I went to marriage counseling.
No, but
I
his
said this
marriage
in
counseling.
McQuaid's,
But this
too.
is what happened in his marriage counseling.
So in our marriage counseling, because I was talking to McQuaid's about this earlier, things came up in the marriage counseling that were other red flags without me looking at the list. That is correct. I probably wouldn't even got the chance to the marriage counselor if I had looked at the list. But since I didn't look at the list, we got to the point where we were getting ready to get married, and we went to marriage counseling. And some things came up that were red flags, and one of them was, why are we getting married? And mine was, the fairy tale out of love, and hers was, well, it's convenient. It's good. We're both professionals. We both like some of the same things, and it'd be a good match. And that was her answer. So when we came home that day, I was like, what in the world what did you mean by that? She said, oh, it wasn't like how you thought I meant, but it really was. And then I ignored that.
So my point is that you would have ignored the list too. Like you would have still gotten married. I think sometimes that's the point.
Why I
Like
say no? This is why I say no, because at that point we were already engaged.
people can break off engagements.
They
That's easy
can.
peasy.
They can. And if I had the list, we're probably just dating. That's a big difference. That's an easier way to exit. Or, when you're just dating someone, when you're engaged and all of those things, and you've sent out all the invitations and you set the wedding date, and even though that all this stuff is not the reason to continue to get married, but to be honest, that was the reason why we did, because a couple of days before I was with Eric, and I told him, I said, man, I don't think I should be getting married. At the time we thought it was just jitters or, but it wasn't that, obviously, because that's why she's my first wife.
That is a cautionary tale. Little children, listen to that.
I love it.
And then he met me, and he got the list right,
100%.
and it worked out.
Yes.
Didn't you write the list though?
No, I wasn't even there. I was probably I was only like 10 years old when he wrote the list.
Only has one volume.
I love it.
Well, I'll say this.
Okay.
Look at this. I like that you met her like not a traditional way, but outside of, I guess, like dating apps or social meetups or
Sure.
like those intentional, purposeful ways of going out and trying to find somebody,
Correct.
whether it be a hookup or a long-term relationship. You did it outside of technology. You just did it out of circumstance.
Right.
And it's cool because you guys come from very different backgrounds too.
Yeah.
Very different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So, have you guys ever gotten feedback from a woman? Obviously, you two have, because you two are married, Philip and Justin, that forced you to confront yourself and Milky, have you had that yet? Like when we give you feedback, have you taken it and confronted yourself with that feedback?
Yes, I have 3 sisters, and I also have gotten constructive feedback from Leonette.
And guess what, Milky? I'm being real nice. I'm like not even giving you my full feedback. I might scare him away.
That's the anonymous.
I will scare him away.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But what is it? Like what? I need an example. Like what is it?
Feedback like concerning my specific relationship right now, or just like
just pick anything, any woman in your life, in
Your
the past,
sisters,
anybody.
Leonette.
So okay. So I guess I'll start with my mom. An example. She is a person who very family oriented. She wants all of us to just kind of get along and stuff like that. And I guess one of the things which is really important is just I guess religion. Because she understands that we go back to values. And if we hold different type of values, things will. And I'm not saying it's gonna break up or anything like that. And another thing, the list is not bulletproof because people are allowed to change, and that's a reality.
True.
But it's just taking all the right step. So at least you say you took all the right step. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think anything
Like something that might kind of catch you off guard. Like with Philip, I'm like, you're too nice and to everybody. And she likes you, and I don't know, like stuff like that, like, or you're being selfish in this moment, like that kind of stuff where it feels negative, but you have to confront that this might be true about myself.
Okay, well then yeah. So my own girlfriend, she that's one of the things. I have a lot of friends. I make friends how would I say friends? I just get to know people very easily, and it's just in my nature. I don't try to, but it just kind of happens. I just find people very interesting, and people like to talk about themselves, and I like to hear about that, and all of a sudden one thing goes to another, and all of a sudden I got that person's phone number, and male or female, and it's just
What happened?
He gets all their numbers.
Yeah, so
male or female.
That's
what he said.
I just get digits.
It's just things that happen. Like
He's just being friendly.
right, it's just being friendly. Yeah, exactly. That's I guess one of my things from her is just that I'm
Don't be so friendly.
Don't be so.
Don't be so friendly.
But then
especially with the females.
But then she says that she doesn't want to change me, and she likes the way I am. So it's just like one of those things that I just don't know what to do. Like I would,
She's trying to change that part of you.
Because
I would.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, don't get the girls.
No, but I'm just letting you know what she's saying. I don't know, like.
No, I'm telling you.
He's interpreting what she's saying.
I'm telling you what she means.
Okay.
She means stop getting the digits.
Stop getting digits.
I'm not trying to change all of you, but this part of you needs to
Right,
stop.
but when I mean digits, I'm not talking about female or only. I'm just mean like,
Hey,
like guys, like like,
we don't
doesn't
judge.
matter.
We
No,
listen and we don't judge.
Leonette listens and she judges. Stop getting the female digits. There's
Correct.
no reason for that.
Correct.
Why do you want to have a new friend that's a woman? Like, what's the purpose of getting a number for a female? Like, you guys don't need friends. You
right.
guys don't need friends like that. No.
I think it's good to have a mix of friends.
No.
Why not?
Not new ones. Old, built-in ones, yes.
But again, it's just situations that happen. It's not like I'm intentionally looking for like female friends. I really don't have time to have.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
again, my
you have to
situation.
explain your dynamic too, because your 2 roommates are.
Okay, so
Wait, so you can't? No. I don't know about this because this
Let's talk about
Well, I have a good experience with this.
This is
honest.
something.
I've never, ever gone out, and I'm sure I could give out my number to a lot of men.
Yeah.
And it's a hell no. I am married, and I literally keep it pushing and I keep it moving. I don't even glance sideways. It was nice to see you in the coffee line. Like, there's just no reason or a purpose to be handing out your phone number just to like people. That doesn't make sense to me.
what do you mean?
Opposite sex is what you're saying.
Right.
No, but what if it was a dude? Like,
Or
For me,
no,
I wouldn't.
or no, for
Well, that's
for
different.
guys.
why?
But
It's different. I've met a lot of female friends while I've been married. That's different. Like it's just the perception of it. I don't know. It just seems like why put yourself in that position? Like why?
Wow. True. But I'm gonna say this too, because women are definitely a lot more complex than men. Men are very simple, I feel, in the sense that we say what we say, we mean what we mean. And I don't think a lot of women are that way. So from experience, having female friends, sometimes our interpretation is they're just a friend. But they may think that it's more than that.
Right.
Because we're being friendly, because we're, having a conversation or things like that. So, I just wouldn't put myself in a position for that even an opportunity.
Right. But it's very also important to understand that their perception doesn't mean it's reality.
Yes.
True.
Now, if we were single, then that wouldn't matter.
Right.
But if you're married to someone, then you also have to keep in mind what your significant other's perception is too, because that is their reality.
Right.
So, and whose reality do you want to adhere to or honor or respect? It's going to be your significant other's reality in that. And I had a lot of female friends, and
A lot.
Past tense. He said,
No.
I had a lot of female.
He still has a lot of female friends. This is the thing. Philip has a lot of female friends. And he goes to lunch with some of them, or he's gone to dinner with them. And I don't have a problem with those women. I really don't, because I'm friendly with them too.
Correct.
And they go without me. But it's the out and about, just randomly getting somebody just because we had a moment. That doesn't make sense. The friends that you have are past friends, and also they're more professional friends.
Correct.
That have they started off professionally and they turned into friendships.
Yes.
And I understand that and I respect it.
And you know all of them.
Now the ones that I was like, oh hell to them now, they ain't here anymore, because I'm like, she like some of them were just waiting for us to fail.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. Oh no, it's like, are you happy?
Are you still?
Well, when he's not happy, he ain't gonna be calling your raggedy ass. That's for sure. He's learned what.
Here's my number.
Lurking.
So those people, I was like, you can just be like, yeah, no, they're not here to be your friend.
True.
So, anyways, that's my perspective. It doesn't make sense. So you're gonna have a hard road ahead of you.
No, but I'd agree with that. And I agree when it's professionally, when it's somebody who's like who can help you grow, and they both of us know. I agree with. I don't disagree with it.
Well, what about if exchanging Instagrams?
What's the point?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
Why are we changing Instagrams?
So you can have more followers,
Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to get certified.
I just like I don't. You want that blue check mark?
I want the blue check mark.
Philip just got on Instagram so he can see all the videos that I sent him. He can't open them. The other day I was like, oh, you're on Instagram now. He's like, yeah, because you sent me all those videos and I can't open them. I thought you were
I
trying
used to be able to.
I thought you were trying to go into a whole new world of like,
The only time
Yeah.
I pull that up is if you send me an
Be
Instagram.
careful, man. It's an algorithm. You got to watch out. You got to check it weekly.
I know, right?
Be like, oh, why is there
it
much
would have to
of?
be her algorithm, because everything I have on there is what she sends me.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Milky, we're gonna work on that. Justin, is there anything that a woman has said to you? I'm pretty sure there's been plenty.
No, actually, believe it or not, I've got a clean record. I got a perfect score across the board.
Wait, get out of here. A perfect score of being the best husband, the best.
I like how Justin
partner.
graded himself.
100%.
Let's just say I get feedback daily,
Not daily.
hourly.
Look at your phone. You might be getting it right now. It might be coming in a text.
What time are you coming out?
Oh, Justin.
Yeah.
You're working on that. You're working on that.
No. There have been some things that have been feedback that I've received where I've been able to take a step back and actually listen, I think is one of the big ones. And I think more that has more to do with, I've went to therapy this year for the first time in my life, and it was different. And I don't think I've ever like shared anything, with anybody like that ever before, and kind of have a sense of vulnerability. So I think, the fact that I had gone, I think maybe is some feedback of like, oh, maybe I do need to work on some things. Right. And so it's patient, but for me, it's like patience, like the thing I snap really quickly sometimes. And it's just, I don't know why. It's just the way I was wired, I guess. I grew up around it, quick to snap at high pressure, like a lot of stress, that kind of things, anxiety. That was the other thing, like I learned. So apparently that I deal with, which I didn't know. I just thought, I was like, oh no, I was just irritable.
So like it stems from being anxious?
Yeah. I was a bit anxious because I'm finding myself, I guess, when you start aging, you get older, and I'm going through my midlife crisis now. So, I'm getting...
You just got a new tattoo.
I just got a new tattoo. Like I've lost like at least 25 pounds. I'm
running.
I joined a run club. Like how, like, I'm just
You got a new car.
like how white is that? It is like I joined a run club at a brewery at Paul Place.
That's awesome.
Wait, did you just say how white is that?
Yeah, it's pretty white.
For those that don't know,
Yeah, but believe it or not,
he is Mexican.
Yeah, the best part. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way,
and he's just joking. He
by
loves
the way,
white people.
it was really funny because there's another guy that's there, and we share the same last name.
No way.
Yeah. So he saw. I guess he saw it on Instagram. I liked the picture, and then he noticed my name, and
your name is so uncommon.
And he's like, yeah, but I'm starting to find it a lot more common now.
Is it?
Oddly enough, yeah.
Really?
Than the new president of Venezuela is a Machado.
Really?
Yeah, we have a Miss Universe is a Machado. We have we're all over the place. So
he has, but you guys are not related.
No, he's Brazilian, so he speaks Portuguese.
Nice.
He doesn't speak Spanish.
Philip, what kind of feedback have I given you?
So many.
No, I'm kidding. Anybody. It doesn't have to be me.
Well, I would say with you, I would say that was probably one of our biggest things that we would talk about is my female friends. Because I always walked into a relationship thinking, I have female friends, and whoever I'm dating, if they're the right person, they'll be okay with it. And that is a very bachelor approach to that process. But I did see that there's always perception. Perception is the biggest thing. And you just never want to put yourself in that position, because the biggest thing I would say when I look at that is you're first defensive when someone's pointing something out that you're not doing something correctly or you're wrong. And then secondly, it's more of, dang, what do I need to do? Is she right? Let me think about it. Let me self-reflect. Let me be a little bit more self-aware of circumstances, because there are some things that you realize that you don't want to, that you feel like, yeah, I could have handled that differently, or I could have made a better decision, or I could have been more open about certain things that took place. Because I think a thing that my sister gave me advice, Carolyn, was to always be truthful and open. Because you're truthful and open, you don't have to think about it. And you don't have to, it is what it is at that point. And so if you're open, you're honest, and whatever you're saying, it's not something you have to remember. You don't want to have to go back and explain yourself later. It's best to always just lead with that. And then at that point, other person has to make a choice.
I'm glad you learned, because that wasn't always the case.
That is true. That is true.
At all. It's one of those things. You're right, being open and honest. Because the times that you were not open and honest, and then I caught you because I'm a detective. Then it's just like, see, now I can't trust anything. Now I can't trust anything he says. So be open and honest, Milky. Before you got to learn these lessons before you get married, because it's gonna like help you. It's gonna help you in the long run. Now we're on to the next question. What does partnership mean when both people are ambitious and evolving? Or just evolving, because some people aren't ambitious and that's fine, but just evolving and growing and changing.
What does partnership mean when both people are
evolving,
growing? I think that makes the partnership even stronger.
When they're both growing.
Now,
if one person's growing and the other person's
then
not,
that's an issue.
Then that's a big issue.
Why is that an issue?
Because you see things differently now than what your partner would be. So their perspective, their reality, their things that they're okay with, you're not okay with anymore.
The thing is, like, if one person is growing and the other one's staying the same, the person that is growing, their eyes become open. Like, yeah, you were used to this for the longest, but then when you start learning different ways of thinking and perceiving things, then you can't unsee it. So then you start seeing that this person's not even willing to grow. They're not even trying to change. They're not even evolving with me. And that's a huge problem. And I've seen it in a lot of marriages, and they don't end up staying together. I'll tell you that.
I have a friend in the Dominican Republic that him and his wife, they were doing really, really well together. They have a huge construction company. And basically because they're doing so well, he started paying for her schooling so he could, and she wanted to be like a lawyer or something like that. Mm-hmm. And through that, get into politics. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, as she was going through her schooling and she graduated, she all of a sudden started looking at her husband like he was like obsolete, like almost like dumb. Mm-hmm. But he financed everything. Yes, he wasn't the most smartest guy, but what he did, he was really good at.
Right.
But academically, he never kind of got into her level, but he elevated her to be that.
Did they grow apart or something?
They kind of did grow apart, but I don't know if it's justifiable, because there has to be a sense. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just, from the outside looking in, I'm thinking like, even though you elevated and everything like that, like your question was, it's still a partnership. He's still your partner, even though your eyes are open. You guys are still a team.
Right.
So, and we don't need to be looking, even if my eyes are open more, you're still with me by my side. Doesn't necessarily give me a license
intellectual, though. I think that's more intellectual. I'm talking about more like emotional intelligence. Like as a person you're growing. Not more, that's a good example, because some people do advance in degrees or education, and then they look down at their partner like they're not as smart or things like that. That's a great example of it. What I was talking about is more emotional intelligence.
So, like, what's an example of like emotional?
Like you don't take everything. Like if you're not as emotional intelligent, every time someone says something to you, it's not your fault, or it's a reason why you did it. It's an excuse. First, if you have emotional intelligence, you look at it like, okay, I may have had a part in this problem or situation, or I can see your point of view. But people that don't have emotional intelligence, their point of view is the only point of view.
Yeah.
And then that point, you're growing apart, because now you see every conflict. Someone without emotional intelligence sees every conflict is that other person's issue. Or there's outside influences that they have no control over. Someone with emotional intelligence that has grown, they see everything as an opportunity, or they also see the part that they played in it. And if you have those two people, you're going to grow apart. Because someone that has more emotional intelligence, some people say maturity, some people say, experience or whatever. Maybe not experience, because people have experience still don't learn sometimes. But this is more of, just emotional intelligence.
Right.
I see that as being a big issue.
I mean, in that situation with your friend, that kind of stinks. But it's also possible that she already had feelings before that, and then she went and got educated even more, and then saw that realized that this is not the life I want. I mean, there's a lot of different factors, but
And the reason I'm kind of saying this is because, I'm in a relationship and I'm learning partnership, and I'm learning I'm hearing the word a lot about commitment. And when all these words and all these stuff comes through, it makes me feel like even when whatever happens, we are committed. We have said this, we're going to go through this, we're together, partnerships. But it's just like all this stuff you read and you study, but then when you look at real life, it's just like circumstances is what tells us what we really are. And I don't know if it makes sense of what I'm explaining. Right?
100%. Because some things are reality and some things are theory.
Right.
In theory, everything's great. Yeah, we're going to be a partnership. We're going to work together. We're going to share. We're going to come to a common ground. All those little catchphrases. But, when reality sits in, you have like, this is how I feel, and this is how I feel, and it's not going to always be the same. What do you do then? Because if you're a partnership, you got to find some type of common ground, or you can't be just right. That's what a lot of people want to be, just right. Let me win this fight, and you win the fight, but you lose the war. Right. Because at that point, that's not worth it.
I remember one of a friend of ours, he said, in a partnership, if you win, y'all both lose, type of thing.
There you go. You're right about that. Yeah, that's so true.
Okay, speaking of apologies and not being right all the time, for the two of you, Justin, because you're not quite there yet, Milky, but you can answer it. But for Justin and Philip, what does real apology look like to you now versus earlier in your life?
Now? Well, earlier in my life, it's just saying the words. If you can just say you're sorry, that would be perfect. That's all you need to do. And now it's actually showing action afterwards. Because before, that's a big deal for me to even say I'm sorry. Because when you're early, you think you're always right. And then for me to even admit that I'm wrong, you should be good with that. That's a big deal. But now it's more of, hey, what are the actions behind what you're saying? And really, truly meaning it. Because, some people will know exactly if you really are sincere about your apology. And then some people, I guess you could fool, but it's what you do afterwards. Just the actions and the things that you do after your apology. Are you going to repeat what you just did, or are you going to actually, learn from it?
Christine.
I don't know if I understand the question. Say it again.
So the way you apologize today, how is that different from before? Or are you the same?
I mean, I think I was going to say, I agree with Phil. I think it's the actions that follow on how sincere that apology is. I think also the sincerity of the apology is probably, is more present, I think, today than it was back then, because really when you're young, you really only think about yourself. Like 100%. It's pretty just about you. And when you say you're sorry, you're just like, sorry, fine, whatever, that kind of sorry. Whereas today it's more of like, oh, dang, yeah, sorry. That was me. It was my fault. I did this. All right. So it's like the acknowledgement, it's the accepting, and then now the forgiving part, that's the that's a whole nother part of this question, because I think having an apology is great. And I encourage people who, are in the wrong to apologize. And for those who are accepting that apology or in the presence of the one who was offended by whatever prompted their apology, I think the actions beyond that is the real understanding of what that apology meant. Mm-hmm. And because if you're reacting and you're apologizing and you're showing the intention of changing whatever it was that prompted that, if the other person then can bring that same thing up again and just kind of pound back at that one time when you did something, then did they really forgive? Like now there's no. The answer would be no. And so then why am I apologizing when it's not getting us
Anywhere.
It's not improving or making us become, a better partner or a better husband or a better father or a better son or whatever it may be, and what you're apologizing for, coworker. So I think it also is put on the one who's accepting that apology to make sure that they are truly forgiving. Mm-hmm. Because until, if they don't, then I mean, what are you really doing? It's just you're going to be cyclical at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Write that down on your iPad. Milky, that was brilliant answers, guys.
That's
good
a
job.
good answer.
10 out
Very
of
good
10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I know. It was so great because I had ChatGPT up right here and it told me exactly how to respond. That was brilliant.
I don't understand the question.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked. That's why you needed time for
ladies
chat.
and gentlemen,
That's what I said.
that's a ChatGPT. This episode is sponsored by ChatGPT. Send me my check.
I know, we better get a
my
check. Okay, where do you still struggle to be vulnerable? Actually, do you want to answer because I think, honestly, you'll probably still...
I mean, I agree with everything that Jessica said, especially with the forgiveness part.
Yeah.
Because some people just want the apology just kind of to humiliate, but not
For the record.
For the record, yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
To make themselves feel better. But a real apology is, I think it's going to go into the next question. It's a real apology is showing vulnerableness and having that vulnerableness be accepted and be seen, and then to connect to that and open up to make real change so that moving forward, it doesn't happen again, whatever the offense was.
I like that because, and I feel like that's why most people don't apologize and don't hold themselves accountable, because then they would have to be vulnerable. But is there anything that you guys struggle with still to be vulnerable?
With who?
Just in general. Could be anything.
Sex with the lights on or off? with the bed sheet socks? Is it, if there's socks, is that like that's like a no-go, or is
Windows
it
wide open.
the windows? Exhibitionist style. Like, how are we doing this? How are we doing
It depends on the person. That's why I say with who. Like with your coworker, my vulnerability is going to be a lot less to some degree.
Okay, fine. With your spouse, then.
With your spouse.
Yes.
But again, as a leader, you do want to show some vulnerability to let them know that you're human and that you also make mistakes, and just, as an example. But when it comes to true vulnerability, I would say with my spouse or with you, now, no. But in the past, I think it was more of showing like sad emotion. That was hard to do. That was hard if you had a loss or you felt sad or you wanted to cry. Sometimes as a man, you kind of want to hold that in or feel like I can't show that or whatever. But I think that's what it used to be when it came to that type of emotion. Because then at that point, that person also knows what things can affect you. So you kind of look at it like, okay, what are they going to do with this? I mean, are they going to respect that vulnerability, or are they going to use that later to bring up something from the past?
What are your vulnerabilities?
Vulnerabilities?
Yes.
I don't know. I think my
That's not the question, though.
Oh,
yeah.
What
is my vulnerability?
what are you still struggling with to be vulnerable? Where do you still struggle to be vulnerable? Where?
I don't know. I don't have that much of a filter sometimes, and so I don't know if am I being vulnerable if I don't. Am I just vulnerable all the time? Like, am I just walking around? I'm walking around with a V, just like I'm vulnerable. Hey everybody, how's it going? Yeah, I'm the guy you see at the grocery mart. I just meet you, and you already know how many kids I have, where I live, all this other stuff. It's just like I'm a hemophiliac. It was like, wait, excuse me, sir? I asked you, would you want paper or plastic? I was like, oh, my bad.
So this question does not apply to you.
No, I mean, I think vulnerability, I think I think honesty, I think would be for me, being vulnerable in how I'm truly feeling. I think that's a good one. Because I think for the most part, a lot of men, even if they tell you that, like, oh yeah, you know, that they're being truthful or something like that, I think as men, there's still always something that is guarded about sharing everything. True. In a lot of situations, and it's not intentional. It's not something that we do on purpose to hide anything. I think it's that fear of what's going to be the reaction, right? Especially with a partner, being that vulnerable to somebody or telling you how you really feel, is sometimes can really get you, in a lot of trouble. And for most men, you're just like, I don't want to deal. I'm not going to deal with the hassle of that. Like, I know what, if I say this,
it's going to be a fight.
I know what's going to happen. So you know what? Let me just be like, hey, I'm sorry, whatever.
That's what I was going to ask you. So do you really have to say everything? Like, not like
great
be
question.
100% transparent? Because from my logic is telling me sometimes if you be 100% transparent, you guys already know. It's sometimes are you gonna hurt that person? How transparent, how open can a guy really be? Like, really be?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I go back to what my father used to say to us, is that when you have to say something to someone, can you say it with love?
I like that.
Truth? And what was the other one?
Is it kind?
Is it kind?
I like that. I like that a lot.
If you can't do that, don't be truthful.
Wait, is it with love?
And is it the truth? And is it kind?
Because sometimes, Milky, you're gonna have to say something that's tough that person doesn't want to hear. But if it's coming from a place of love, how that person receives it, that's something that they have to figure out.
Yeah, true.
If that person doesn't ever get to that point of understanding that, then it's not, then that's my whole point of, then that person's not growing, and then you guys grow apart.
Oh, that's
because
what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you bring something up and that person doesn't understand that it came from, stuff stings. He has said stuff to me. I think I'm perfect, but obviously I'm not. So when he says stuff to me, I have to sit back and it like hurts, and it's just like, oh shit. But sometimes it's true, and I have to reflect on that, and then I'm like, I'm gonna have to do better next time.
And I just feel, and might be wrong, and I don't know how this is gonna be, sound, but I just feel this is like one of the things that we were talking earlier that sounds really good on theory. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I personally do not know anybody who would be that's why you have friends, that's why you have mentors, that's why you have certain people that you will say certain things.
Because your honesty may not be kind. It may not be kind. So do you want to say something to hurt somebody? Or should you not? Because you might be mad and want to be very honest with someone. And that probably may not be the best time to be honest, because you're going to say something that's going to be very hurtful. So don't say it, because you don't have to be, because to be 100% honest all the time, that's not reality.
Like, that shirt is so ugly on you, and your butt got fat, and like, don't say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
But I thought you said to be honest.
I mean, I'm okay with the honesty, but not all women
And everybody says
are
the
like
same
me.
thing. I'm okay with it. Oh, you can tell me. Oh, I understand where you're coming from, but for me, you don't have to. But I have a question. So you said three things. You said love, truthful, and kind. I understand the love, and I understand the truthful. I need an example of what kind means, because kind, I feel like, is very broad.
Well, let's say this. Like I said, if you're angry with someone and they ask you a question, you could answer that question out of anger. And in your mind, I'm just being honest.
And it's true.
But it's not kind. So do you want to just be mean to someone and unkind in that moment and then regret it later? You know, like you might be mad at someone and they say, well, how do I look in this? You look a hot mess in that. But you really shouldn't say that, because that's not kind.
Well, you say that to me.
You can say things.
He says that to me, and I'm like, well, I'm still going to wear it because you don't know about fashion. And then I walk out the door.
You don't know fashion.
You only say that about one outfit, a pair of pants, and I think I finally gave them away, but they're floral.
And I like that.
He doesn't comment on my attire, but
always...
and then I wore some jean dress that Shiny gave me, and I walked downstairs, and all you, even the kids, what are you wearing? Because it's not really my style, but it looked cute with the boots on. I wore it.
To you?
No, it looked cute. I'm wearing.
I'm glad you thought that.
That looks very cowboyish, and that's. Yeah.
But did that make sense or did it?
No, it makes sense.
But that's a superficial. That's a superficial.
I'm gonna be honest though. Like, I'm honest enough to know that I'm never gonna be 100% open, because I understand that if I am, it's going.
I think open and honest are two different things.
Well, it's gonna bring more. It's not going to benefit as much as it. I will be, but not 100%. But maybe once I get to that relation, to that point. But I just don't see it happening in practically.
At this moment, I agree with you. Definitely will not be. That's just time and experience and situations too. If you grow from it.
I just don't know.
But you're never going to be. No one's going to be 100% honest about everything. That's not reality. To be.
But in a marriage, I would hope that you guys can be vulnerable with like your feelings, because I feel like if you're not honest with how you feel, then you hide it away in a little compartment, and then it keeps building and keeps building until you resent the person and the fact that you tolerate it.
Honest with someone, but not to be mean.
I could be honest with my feeling, but I'm just trying to figure out. I'm thinking about so many situations.
So give us a situation. Just throw something out there, because now I want to know what you're thinking. Because he's talking about clothes, but I think you're thinking something different. He's over here talking about tell me which outfit, because he keeps talking about clothes.
Canadian tuxedo, apparently.
Give us an example of what you would want to be honest about, without going into detail. Like, you can just give us like
generic.
I mean, I'm just like, let me see. I don't know, Justin. You have probably a lot of examples. Like,
I'm just an innocent bystander over here.
Sitting over here, ChatGPT shit, and you're throwing it under the bus.
You're so vulnerable. That's
dodging bullets.
I'll give you a perfect example, and I'll give you a perfect example. I already talked about this with my girlfriend, but this is a really good example. So I was upstairs with the guys. I was having a drink. We were talking about a common friend, and I told them, "Oh yeah, I work with that common friend, and he happens to know Dr. Tally and all that stuff." When we went out, he told me, "Hey, when you go out, the people you're gonna be around with, they're pretty flirty and all this. This all in a work environment. So we're gonna go to a Christmas party. That was like last year, and in that Christmas party, I'm telling you, these girls, as soon as they drink, they get pretty flirty and all that stuff. And he already told me that. I still went. But after that, I had to go get my hair because I had a flight that same day. So I said, yeah, let me go. I'll just go ahead and have an old fashioned. So I went, I worked, I went out, I had an old fashioned. I found out that what he was saying is true. I came back and I never discussed that with my girl. The reason why is because, first of all, I know that I wasn't going to do anything. Second, I know that Nothing happened. And third, I know that if I did discuss it with my girl, the next thing that's going to happen is when that job comes up again that they need me, she's going to be like, don't work there. And I personally know this is nothing I struggle with. And that happened a year ago. And then this year, the conversation started about something like, oh yeah, there was a situation this I never told you about, but this and this happened. And everything was cool. Nothing happened. But I know that if I would have told her that in that situation, she would have not want me to actually work there again. Because in her mind, she don't think that I just can't control myself if I see somebody or anything like that. But so there's certain things that it's just not worth doing, because if I say it, it's going to just bring more harm than benefit. And that's it. But if it's something that I'm struggling with, or I'm feeling some type of way or something, I would exercise my communication skills and will say it. But something like this, saying everything, is it really gonna benefit? You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not saying the way I did this was correct, but I'm just looking at pros and cons and consequences. Is this something I'm going to deal with for a few months, or something that I didn't do anything. I didn't feel any type of way. I got my old fashioned. Yes, this happened, but I left, and I came back home, and everything's been fine for a whole year.
So her name was old fashioned?
I think you have it too.
Wait, is this what am I picking up on the way? What is this?
So, but I don't. If you didn't do anything, then I agree with you that.
So you just got drinks with his bros. That's all.
I do agree with that. So I don't understand what she would have been mad about in that situation.
And that's the thing.
The situation that he's in, he's saying that she wouldn't want him to be put in that position again.
Yeah. So if I get a job
with those type of people,
yeah, right. But that's a job and listen, I can have my feelings, but when it comes to like his profession, like I'm not gonna. Like, for example, this happened. There was a girl that he was dating when we met, and she's an assistant. So she was his assistant. Let's just be honest. And I pretty much took him from her. But so
period.
Yeah. So she's one of the quote unquote friends that still was like trying to see if we were going to make it, and a few years later, and he knew how I felt about this girl because she was very aggressive, even after we got married. And she came to Innovative Smiles as a temp assistant, and he didn't say anything. I wrote the checks, even though I didn't work in the practice. I handled all the billing, and I wrote all the checks and paid all the bills. And I had to write a check to her. Normally with temps, we go through a temp agency, but I was told, hey, write a check to so-and-so. When I saw the name, I kind of put two and two together, and I'm just like, why couldn't you have just said, she's a major issue in our lives, in my life. And you could have just said, hey, the temp agency sent her. The thing that drives me crazy is that when I find out, like, just say it. It makes it less of a big deal when you just say, hey, she was here. So guess what? The next time the agency sent her, which I'm not going to get mad at that. He still has to do his freaking job. And if the agency sent rando girl that they didn't know that they, were F buddies at one point, they don't know that. Right? Right? Like, I'm not going to be like, well, now, like, just, he told me, okay, she's coming back. They're sending her again. Wonderful. He has to still work and make a living. I'm not going to be mad. I was mad that you kept it a secret.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
You are very similar to Philip in that way where it's like, why not rock the boat? So when you say stuff, I understand it because he did the same thing.
Correct.
He would always say, oh, well, it wasn't a big deal. Well, if it's not a big deal, then just say it.
Right.
Like, oh, I ran into my ex-wife at such and such, because it's, the dental community is a small community, especially, when you guys are like at your level. Hey, I saw this person and I saw that person. I saw that person, but he forgot to say, I saw Helen. Like, why? You saw everybody in the mama, but you didn't mention it. But then a few days later, it's like, it slips out, and it's like, now you're being, now I feel like you're being sneaky. If it's not a big deal, then just say it.
True.
And then just undo. It's not a big deal. When you keep it a secret,
yeah,
it's when it feels icky. then the woman literally just starts thinking, okay, well, what if he's lying about something so small like this or so basic?
What else is he
Then what else?
Because a male wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
No,
But
and we will always find out.
No, the way you explain that, it makes sense to what you
It does, but I get what you're saying. You, a male wouldn't think that way. A male would be like, oh, okay.
And literally, and that's exactly what he would tell me.
Okay.
He literally said, I just didn't want this reaction. Well, you're getting this reaction.
it makes sense what you're saying.
You're getting this reaction because if it wasn't a big deal, then why are you lying about it?
Right.
I wasn't lying. I just omitted the truth. It's the same in my life. So listen, when we talk about this, it's because it's from experience. And this happened until it got out of his system, until we kept fighting around about the same thing. And it's just like, just be honest about that. Like in your case, she shouldn't tell you, even if it's true, even if someone came and sat on your lap and gave you a lap dance and you pushed her off your, whatever.
At the end of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody had to have paid for it. I mean, it's way to the end of the song.
And she's working her way to the top.
Come on. Joking about it. Hey, those girls were crazy. They were all, I laughed because they were just out of it. And she shouldn't like block you from having a profession though, because now that's controlling.
Well, again, this is me assuming, but I don't know. It's me assuming, but I have a question then. If
about the assistant, no,
about so like about that situation. Now that this happened and you had that conversation, which makes sense, the way you explained it makes sense. My question is it better in a sense, like by you now understanding that, and you've been going through the same thing that Leonette said, and you're just like complying to it.
Right.
Is it better?
That was comply.
So is it better? You don't really feel like
100%.
Okay.
Because then another situation came up, and we were just walking in the neighborhood, and I said, "Hey, I went to this such and such, and Helen was there at the Hinman Dental Society. And, we talked about such and such." She's like, "Oh, thank you for telling me that."
And that's
and that was it. I was thinking,
and then she
not
got in
saying
her
it
car
would
and
be
she
a
drove
bigger issue,
right?
So, saying it, yes, that was, yes. That's why I say men are so simpler because we're thinking it is what it is, it isn't what it isn't. Women are thinking, well, what else isn't happening, or what else is he not saying, or what else? You know what I'm saying? So, and the guys don't think that way.
Yeah.
Guys are just like, it's this or it's that.
Right.
But that's not how women think.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. I'm very passionate about that topipic.
That's why she brought it up.
Very, very passionate. I have more
I
examples.
don't think that was ChatGPT.
No, it's just about, I understand the man's point of view because we can be very emotional as women. I get it. And not everyone is built like, we're not built the same. So I'm sure you can be honest with someone and she will not take it the right way, ever. That's between you and her, and you probably picked the wrong one. But the ones that want to grow and mature with your partner and not make everything such a big deal, then it's like, and then I also, if I gave him those instructions, then I can't freak out once he does it. And that makes me look like a stupid ass. Like, I told him, just tell me, so I can't get mad when he tells me.
Right.
That's another thing too. It's like you have to be mature enough to be like, well, this is what I wanted, and this is what I asked him, and this is what he's doing. Now I can't like start cussing him out.
Right. Well, and one of the things I think also I guess in my perspective, it's like sometimes when you date, you kind of assume that everybody's going to react like the person you dated last. Yeah. And you're just trying to avoid the situation. So you're right. You're totally right, because sometimes I'm getting a reaction that I didn't expect. Like, oh, so it does become easier in a sense.
Yes.
So that's why I asked that question, if it was more.
And getting to know that person. Because some people maybe not could care less about.
Right.
Certain things, but some people that is their deal breaker. That is the thing that they want to be more, want you to be more honest about. But,
okay.
That's different than vulnerability, though. In a sense, too.
Guys, this has been good, considering we had no format.
It is. Yeah.
But
Very educational.
before we leave, what do you guys, since we're going into 2026, what are your hopes, dreams, goals, desires for this year?
Hopes, dreams, goals, and desires.
Or anything that you look forward to for this
I
year?
look forward to, I think now is more of quality time. I want to spend more quality time with my family, more quality time with you. Because with the deaths that we've had, you can't get time back. And when you're about to die, you're not thinking about how much money you made. You're not thinking about what you achieved. You're thinking about, the people you impacted, the lives you touched, and what you left, your legacy. So I just think time with family, time with friends, time with my wife is this. I think that's the most important thing for me right now. That's my focus. It's not about working hard. It's not about grinding. I've done that. I think now it's more of, hey, when can I have some time? When can I, I'll call Justin up, say, hey, let's just chill. It's not a Cowboys game. Let's just spend some time together. Or, just us watching movies with Corinne, watching Die Hard, which is the first time she watched Die Hard, and she loved it.
She's like, that was the best
I know.
movie.
That's what we were asking her. Is this a Christmas movie or is it not a Christmas movie?
It's a Christmas movie. It's a
100%.
Christmas
Yeah, don't let
movie.
anybody else
100%.
tell you any different.
There's nothing else about that. but Christmas.
100%.
And she loved it, which I was so shocked. So
So just more quality.
quality time.
Yeah, that's funny. We all watched Die Hard 2 for Christmas.
Did you really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
We actually watched, highly recommend Marty Supreme.
Really?
Yeah, the new
Marty
Timothy
Supreme.
Chalamet, Tyler the Creator. Yeah,
I heard it. I saw the previews. It looks pretty good.
beautiful. It's beautiful film. It's really good.
Did y'all go to the movies?
Yeah, we went to the movies.
Okay.
Yeah, Marty Supreme, Christmas Day.
All right, Justin, what do you want for the year?
Let's see. Whew. This year, I think what I'm gonna say is I hope for new experiences, which I think I'm ending this year with new experiences, and I want to continue pushing myself towards new experiences. I want to also continue working on myself. Being a better father. Doing well at work, trying to find my purpose at work again. It's been in the industry for a long time, so it's really hard. And there's a lot of changes happening in my industry, and it's tough to watch. But I want to be helpful for that. And then relationships,
For those that don't
building.
know, what's your industry?
Oh, the television industry. Yes. So yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are in our industry who haven't had a job in over a year and are really struggling. And it's really sad. And they're very, very qualified, amazing people. And there's just nothing out there. And it just keeps shrinking and shrinking. So it's hard. And it's not a day goes by that I don't think of those people who are still out there struggling. So any opportunity that I can create, maybe that's something I work on, creating more opportunities, for people I know and love and who are still looking. And then, like relationships, I think I was the last one. I want to improve my relationships. I want to make it a big priority in 26. I think it's a year that's going to be a good year, I think, for anyone, especially at my age. I'm definitely going through the midlife crisis thing, so relationships are very important to me now, and so I want to continue fostering those relationships that bring me lots of joy and love, and continue to grow those, and then sharing anything, that comes from that, I guess.
Love it.
Yeah.
Milky?
And that's a really good one, Justin. And I kind of agree with him. I want to strengthen the relationships that I have with my friends, my mentors, and not lose that, because once you're in dental school, you're just like in a different world, and it's just so easy to forget about the people and the friends that you, not because they're not important, just because you have so much going on. But it was strengthen those relationships, and also be just getting through dental school, trying to be the best, trying to but the best for myself, the best for my future patients, trying to get better with my skills. Also to strengthen my relationship with my girlfriend, and also strengthen my relationship with God. And I think that would just kind of glue everything together with my family, my mom, and just kind of be better in time management. But yeah, that's what it is.
Well, I thank you guys for joining Virago 24/7, and hopefully we can do this yearly, if not quarterly, or whenever Milky comes into town.
There you go. 'Cause that'll be what, spring break?
I'll be back in spring break.
Right.
All right. Happy 2026, guys.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Happy New Year's.
Thank you so much for listening to Virago 24/7. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and please give us 5-star ratings. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Virago24_7 and on Facebook at Virago24/7, and just connect with us and share your story. We'd love to hear from you.